One of the biggest lessons you will learn in life is to give people space. Let them figure it out on their own. Let them go and vent, or let them go and make mistakes. People need space in the same way you need space. There is something very almost holy about your personal space. You've often hear it said that like if someone comes too close to you, like they're invading your personal space, and it feels like almost a violation, like almost a molestation of your inner being, and it disrupts your peace. So in life, when dealing with people and when dealing with yourself, okay, because a big part of life is people skills, learning to deal with others and learning to deal with yourself. You have to learn to give people space, and you have to learn to have boundaries around your own personal space. Good to see you, Brazilian. I remember when I was younger and I had first bought my condo, I had a couple of friends over and they spent the weekend. And there was a couple girls there, and the girls had got back from shopping or something. And they were there all weekend. It was the end of a long weekend. And I need a lot of personal space, a lot of me time. However, when I was young, in my early 20s, I didn't really know myself. You don't really know yourself until you're into your mid 30s. That's when you're at almost full maturity level for the most part. But at that time, like I said, I had some friends over, a couple girls, and it was the end of a long holiday weekend, and they were visiting, and they stayed at my house. And they were great people, great friends. But, they were in my space all weekend, and I was in theirs, vice versa. You have to be fair in your evaluation. You have to be fair in your evaluation. Just like you need your space, other people need their space, okay? So we're both invading each other's space to a certain degree. And at the end of several days being together, they had came back from shopping, and I was just a little frustrated. I was a little bit on edge. And I don't know what they said. They said something, and I snapped a little bit. Not like yelling abusive, but just like come on. Like I was like just frustrated. And one girl laughed. She goes, "Sammy, you need some more Sammy space." And that was the first time it registered in my mind how us as humans need a level of our own personal space to be by ourselves. We need to give other people that same time. And if those boundaries and those limits are exceeded, there's going to be a disruption of peace. There's going to be fighting, and there's not going to be your best life. So learn to give people space and learn to value your own time by yourself. Also, learn to let people fail and give them their space to go and do their things. There's certain things in life that I have to do and I have to fail and I have to go through. Your children are going to have to do the same thing. Your friends. You just like you. We all have our own journey where there's nothing like us experiencing life, and no one can tell us anything until we've experienced it. Space to grow, space to fail. I believe in that quote. Look, life is almost like success is going from a failure to a failure without loss of enthusiasm. However, we do want to try to be wiser. We do try to want to correct our mistakes. And when you give someone space, again, you can have your boundaries. You can say, okay, you go do your own thing, but just understand that you can't come back in my space with negative energy or negative results. So if someone's living a wild life and then they want to come back in your space, you don't have to permit it. However, you have no right to tell them they can't live a wild life, whether it's with your children, friend, or whoever. I also learned that when I got into the church game and I went on a spiritual journey. I think each human should go on a spiritual journey, not to become religious, even though I almost got caught up in that, but to be well-rounded. Okay, because a well-rounded person is mind, body, and soul. I believe in that. Faith has helped me. And what I learned on that journey is that many people find faith, it does help them, but then they smother other people with trying to tell them, look, this is the way you should go. It's a better way. And they smother people instead of giving them space. And I almost did the same thing. I probably did do that at certain times with certain people, whether, I wasn't trying to like evangelize people, but you're trying to share with people something that you find as a better way of life. There's nothing more holy than giving people their space. Nothing more. I truly believe that. That's at the essence of freedom. And, there's certain times where that boundary is crossed. People don't give you the space you need to live life and vice versa. You won't do the same either. It's a tough thing. I struggle with that in life. I don't like to put up with too much aggravation. I spend 99% of my time by myself. However, I'm very much in the public. I deal with a lot of people. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. YouTube is a give and a take. I remember when I first did YouTube, I told someone, I said, look, yeah, I'm doing YouTube. They said, well, what's your YouTube name? I'll look you up. And I said, well, I don't want to tell you. They go, Sam, how are you going to have a YouTube channel and make it public and not tell people? It's a dynamic, it's a dynamic. The biggest sacrifice of being a YouTuber is you sacrifice a level of your privacy. You let people in your space. This is my house. This is my mind. And sometimes people cross that line, and sometimes people share with you too much of their space. It's tough balance. But I want to encourage you in life that you have to let people fail. You have to go on your own journey of failure. And even when you find something great and you're succeeding, you can't smother other people with too much instruction. The worst thing a teacher can do, a mentor, a pastor, anyone of leadership, is smother other people with too much instruction. However, you have to speak your piece. So, even part of the reason why I shut down Facebook and Instagram was I know like a lot of friends and people that followed me, they would look at my timeline and I'm sure they would get overwhelmed. So I figure YouTube is like, you have to intentionally follow me. Like Facebook and Instagram, the things come up in your feed and you don't want to get overwhelmed. And I do think, look, Facebook and Instagram, people invade your personal space and there's no financial reward. There's just aggravation. I do think Facebook and Instagram should let people share if their content is being viewed at a certain level. There's a lot of you psychopaths that are stalking girls. Those girls should be able to monetize your anonymous views of screenshotting their things. And, vice versa. MySpace was the first social media that I remember on a mass level. You let people in your space. And it was revolutionary in the beginning. It was very exciting. And then it became the beginning of the first time we saw the negative effects of social media, which is when you let people in your space, you don't have enough time to work out your thoughts. And sometimes when you let people in your thoughts, and that's all social media is you're documenting your thoughts. And sometimes your thoughts are like a rough draft of an essay. You're thinking things, but that's not really what you're going to do, or how, you're expressing them through frustration or watching a news media clip or whatever. But however, you still don't want to treat people badly, but you're letting people in your space. They're hearing your most inner thoughts and they're thinking, well, I don't like the way that sounds. I don't like the way, and they're sharing with you their most inner thoughts. And there's not enough personal space. And that's the negative part about social media. But it's a reflection of life. Your whole life will be a struggle of understanding how much space other people need and how much you need. And people skills is at the essence of every good life. Your best life will require a level of people skills, even if you're a loner like me. Because jobs are based on people skills. If you can't get along with people, you're never going to be able to sustain a job, and your social life. You don't have to. I never want to get married. Someone asked me today before I went live on one of my videos, some girl, she goes, well, what happens when I guess she's a new viewer. She saw me living in my car. She said, what happens when you meet a girl and you want to settle down? I told her I never want to date. I want to be single the rest of my life. However, I still value social interaction. Like I still enjoy going to Starbucks and flirting with baristas or talking to a girl at the beach or something like that. With a certain level of, I'm not going to take it too far. That's healthy. A lot of people who struggle mentally, they're too extreme. However, balance is a relative term, but you have to have some human interaction. So the journey of balancing personal space, giving other people's theirs, and living a well-rounded life, all centered in the words of boundaries, different protocols. There's different level of space you give someone at your job or in your personal life. Good to see you, Giuliano. Good to see you, Tony Garci. Artsy, appreciate you. Denzel, Small, Lorenzo, Luke, all the people in live chat, thank you. And I'll just say this, is that, I remember dating a girl, and she had let me in her house, and, I went into her bedroom, and, then, months go by, and you don't talk anymore, you get in some arguments, over petty stuff, but it's just like, you have enough of each other. But, one thing that comes up and goes, well, I let you in my space. I let you in my personal life. I remember one time she told me, like, I don't know, like, I let you in. As painful as it could be, I just separate myself. I don't do the friendship and stuff like that. I don't do anything anymore because it's just too much work. I satisfy myself sexually, myself. So it's like, what's the really value of a relationship? There's some value, I guess, if people are social, people like packs. I'm a little bit of a loner, and I like a lot of personal space. I do. I like to park in the parking lot where I can be able to walk to my car. I got to say one thing. My car is 4 years old, and I debate whether I'm going to get an RV or home base or just keep everything the same. When in doubt, keep everything the same because you don't want to add bills emotionally. But one thing about having a used car is even when I have to park in a close proximity space to another person, I don't worry as much. When you have new stuff, you almost need more space because you're concerned with that stuff. It's a real mental thing, so. But that's the message tonight. Those are my thoughts. And I want you to really value and respect other people's space and your own. And when a conversation's going down a negative route, just let it go and walk away respectfully without a big issue. Sometimes you have to address negativity and drama because I do agree that, there's times where, there's got to be some uncomfortable conversations. However, in life, you have to try to center it around. If you have to constantly get into deep conversations with people, long, exhausting conversations, then they're just the wrong people for you, whether it's family, lovers, or whoever. Again, there's a different protocol for business. Business is business if you can work with good people. There'll be times in your life where you work with great people, and there'll be times where you work with bad. However, every paycheck is a good day. Why? Because it's good to be independent. It's good to be independent. I said it again, and I'll say it tomorrow in the video, and I'll say it every day. As best you can, within your ability, even though you fail, it's better to try to design your own life than to let someone else design your life. It's true. No one knows your space like you. People help you. People mentor you. There's times when you're in an emergency and you really need help. But an emergency is that. I want to do a video on that. An emergency is an emergency, but your life shouldn't be a constant emergency. That's a sign that there's something seriously wrong. There's constant drama, constant negativity, constant, biting of the nails. I mean, you got to really take an inventory on your life and say, what's going on here, Because that's not the way to live. Life could be hard enough. Don't make life harder. I often tell you guys, when I'm really faced with a tough decision, I try to say, what will be less suffering? Now, sometimes when you discipline yourself, you have to face some initial suffering. So you have to have some long-term vision, not just immediate gratification. But you have to realize in life there's nothing perfect. So you have to start to make some tough decisions to make your life better. Because if you don't do it, no one will do it. All right, guys, that's the message tonight. Click that thumbs up button if you don't mind. Share that video. I do appreciate the viewers. I do appreciate those who are positive and watch. I'm thankful for it. YouTube is a mental exercise for me too. How much can I put up? It's a mental exercise, and you'll see it if you're ever a creator. But I'm thankful for it. All right, let me take a hydration break. A little cold front in Florida today. Believe it or not, they actually opened a shelter for cold weather in South Florida. I don't know what's it going to be in the 50s tonight. During the day, it was like 73 degrees Fahrenheit today. I still went in the ocean after work. But believe it or not, for the next 2 nights, I saw like a thing on my phone that they're going to open up shelters, like a couple extra ones for people who are suffering in the cold. And I know, like, I lived in my car in New Jersey for 2 winters. And I know I watch a couple people on YouTube that live up north, and it's like, when you're living in single digits, and there were some nights I was living in my car in New Jersey in the winter, it was negative below. And, once you make it through that, 50 degrees Fahrenheit is like, it's like tropical paradise, man. But that's also the difference between North Florida and South Florida. So a lot of you people who watch me and you think about Florida, moving to Florida, if you're thinking about buying a house, you have to understand that North Florida in the winter can be 20 degrees lower in temperature than South Florida. Example, today in South Florida is about 73 degrees or 75 degrees as a high. And in North Florida, there's parts of North Florida where there's 50 degrees Fahrenheit is the high. So again, once you get to Orlando and up, that's about center of the state and up, that's subtropical weather. Once you get to Orlando and down, that's tropical weather. And there is a difference. You really don't feel the full effects until, winter months. And that's January, February, March. Now, obviously, the reverse part of that is it's a little bit tougher in the summer in South Florida than North Florida. But even in North Florida, when August and September are months that are very tough in Florida. It's the height of hurricane season, height of humidity. That's when you want to take a vacation if you own property here. But all right, guys, let me read all the live comments and see what's going on in your world. Brazilian, appreciate you. Luke, what's up, my man? What's going on with you? Luke, positive vibes. Appreciate that about you. Lorenzo, appreciate you too, man. Good to see you. Hope you had a good day, Lorenzo. God bless you, brother. Small RV Adventures. Hello, Nomad. Hello to you. How are your adventures going? I think it's Denzel. Denzel, what's up, man? Good to see you. Tony, hello all. Hello to you. Greetings from Ontario. Well, Tony, what's the temperature in Ontario, man? It's got to be cold up there if it's cold in South Florida tonight. Archie, romantic or otherwise? Oh, I'm sorry. He says giving someone space is pre-breakup. No, it's healthy boundaries. I mean, I almost blocked you the other day, so because I felt like, I don't know, man. I felt like some subliminal comments. I felt like, you don't get me, I don't get you. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm trying to be more cautious. But personal space is healthy relationships. Pre-breakup is totally different. So I understand your point. I don't know if we're on the same vibe, but I want to express, yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe we just see the world differently. Maybe there's an age gap. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Garci, I'm listening and I get it. I appreciate you getting me. This is great. And again, that goes back to the point. It doesn't mean you're bad and they're good or vice versa, but you have to focus around people and stay around people that get you and you get them, or else it's a constant uphill battle. Like if you're pulling a travel trailer up a mountain every day of your life, something's wrong. And if you have people in your life, like every day, there's just like the comments don't mesh, the vibe doesn't mesh, you're constantly fighting each other. It's like, look, you're not a bad person. I'm not a bad person, but I don't want to climb this mountain every day. Life's hard enough. I don't need, to max out my towing capacity or max out my mental capacity fighting my inner circle. So again, it's just that's how I feel. I got to be honest. Better to be honest, okay, than to have unhealthy relationships, Tony. I love my private time and space. I spend 90% of my time alone and get stressed when I have to be around people long periods. I agree. But people don't understand this. I agree. That's why you want to spend most of that capacity in your business and working. And then when you go home, that's your sanctuary. That's your personal space to recoup, to recharge. Because if you burn yourself out or if you have to exert some of that energy at work, and then if you burn yourself out in your personal life, then that's how you just totally become in an unhealthy space, and it's a real negative life. Juliano, love to you. Love to Australia. Good to see you. Lila, a.k.a. Zach. My lifestyle, people don't be in my personal space for my Christmas display. It's my turn to put it up 12 months from this season coming up. Well, Zach, I love that you're productive and that you have something that inspires you, which is putting up Christmas lights. It's a positive, productive thing, and I appreciate that about you. Tony, Sam is firing on all cylinders tonight. Thank you for understanding. You don't want too many emotional bills. That's a great comment, man. That's a great comment, Tony. Tony says, that's powerful, you don't want too many emotional bills. Wow, man. We're going to put that on a t-shirt, Tony. Great comment, man. I'm going to have to put that on a video clip. That's powerful. Ernie, what's up, man? It's in the 20s in Ohio today. Well, Ernie, I love you. I've met some great people from Ohio. Good to see you, Cameron. Love to you, brother. Appreciate your support, Cameron. A friend of mine, Karen, I don't know if she watches me anymore because I know I could be rough. I understand it. And I don't judge people. They say, look, this guy's too rough sometimes. I understand it. I got to be me, though. It's what it is. But Karen was a great person I met from Ohio, just online. There's a couple other people. But in my opinion, Ohio's a disaster. It really is, even in the summer. Now, even in New Jersey, too, so I got to be fair. It's I'm not just pointing out Ohio or New Jersey or whatever. And I think about that, as I look at what I want to do next, because I have been looking at the RV, because there is one RV that has all the amenities of a home that's under 2,000 pounds that I think I can tow with my current car, which is the A-Liner Great Escape. It's about 1,600 pounds. Anyone who's ever towed a travel trailer, let me know what your thoughts are. I did research. Most people say it's acceptable to tow 80% of your tow capacity. So if I have a 2,000 pound tow capacity Jeep and I'm towing a travel trailer that's 1,600 pounds, what are your thoughts? Do you think that's too heavy? If anyone has experience. But yeah, man, I mean, so back to the point, like I think if I get a travel trailer, do I really want to go to different states? It's fun and freeing not to have bills. Like Tony said, there's emotional bills and there's also financial bills. And sometimes financial bills play a level on your psyche. But as I do the math, if I travel around, when I consider gas and wear and tear and going from campground to campground, some of it's supplemented through 1,000 trails. But in Florida in the winter, 1,000 trails, it's really not much use for 3 months. But, you still get your money's worth because if you do 1 month of free camping, it paid for itself. However, if I really break the numbers down, if I buy a cheap home base, it actually would be cheaper to have a small RV lot over the long haul in an area I like in Florida versus just constantly traveling. But there's like those recurring costs that you're locked into for life. They never go away. And that's a level of restriction. So I don't know. I'm still debating that, but I have been looking at that, man. Archie, supposedly iguanas are falling out of trees on your side of Florida from cold. I've heard that being said, but I've never seen an iguana fall out of a tree. I saw a MILF fall off a water raft, but never an iguana out of a tree. So I don't know how true that is. Juliana, I value my personal space, and I have a lot of respect for others' personal space too. Yeah, I think you learn that when you yourself feel like you don't have enough personal space or someone's violating it, then you're more sensitive to someone else's personal space. And that's true, And then she continues, she says, when staying at RV parks, car camping, I ask to be put in the space furthest from the amenities activities. Well, that's wisdom. And that's a good point if you are living this nomadic life, especially full-time in a car or RV. To be honest with you, you have more personal space living in a car because you can stealth camp. When you go to campgrounds, the tent camping sites usually are off in the distance, and you're usually the only tent camper. The RV sites with the full utility hookups are usually closer and less available. and you can't really stealth park with most of them. And if you do go to a rest area or Walmart, you stick out like a store thumb, and you're usually parking next to a big rig truck driver. So it's like, in one sense, if you're going to be fully nomadic, you almost have more personal space living out of your car as a tent camper versus having an RV. Even though you have an RV, you got more comforts. So that's something that you really do have to evaluate, Giuliano. Boundaries are the basis for good relationships, and those boundaries constantly change because people constantly change. If you marry someone today, or if you get in a relationship with someone today, that will guarantee to change maybe 2 months from now or 2 years from now. And so that's why I just don't like relationships. It's just not enough upside. It's just too much aggravation. So, and it's a constant adjustment of, oh no, did I violate their boundary? Did they violate mine? And you're constantly doing this dance. And it's just too much for me. That's how I feel. And then she goes, I get you, Sam, more than you know. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate people who get me. I really do. Pulsey, it looks like South Florida is going to be a little chilly tomorrow. Yeah, one of the coldest days of the year. I think one of the high will only be around 70 degrees Fahrenheit or so, and the low will be down in a 40 degree. And that's South Florida. But then next couple days after that, we're back almost to the 80s. So, guys, like, even feeling a little bit of a chill tonight, it's great camping weather, so I love it, especially as someone living out of their car with no air conditioning or heating. I love it as far as for nighttime sleeping. But I also know, feeling just this little chill in the air, that I would never want to live up north again as long as I could help it, or any other state. So that's what kind of puts me back to saying, Sam, is it time for a home base now? Because I never want to experience winter. It's true. It's just too much. I don't like it. It messes with me. Just thinking about it is scary. Paul C. Oh, yeah, right. I'm sorry. Thanks, Paul. Cameron, Sam, leave them. Hey, man, I tend to leave people once I just, realize that they don't get me and I don't get them. I don't want to hurt people. At the same time, I don't want to be hurt. I want to give people space, and I want my space to be given. And you're not going to vibe with everyone. It's true. Even two good people, it's not a guarantee that you're going to vibe. Johnny, I would be mad at life too if, well, that's nice, Johnny. You're a nice person. And I know. It's okay. I'm calm tonight, so you're not going to get a backlash. Tony, Sam, you don't want too many emotional bills. Well, I just got an emotional bill. That's part of being a YouTuber. So dealing with people that are either immature, have mental problems, or just nasty, good to see you, Juicy Jeff. You know I love you, brother, is part of an emotional, but I have a mental toughness by the grace of God. So most people who try to give you an emotional bill can't pay their own bills. They're broke and they're nasty and toxic, and most people have left them stranded. And they blame their therapist, they blame their parent, but the truth is they're a nasty person. Okay, and I probably have been through more than they have ever been through. Okay, because the people have really been through some stuff. They don't bitch and moan. Okay, they just go out there and they do, and they make their life better. Okay. However, there are people in this world that because they can't do for themselves, they're going to tear other people down. Because really, they hate themselves. They hate their reflection in the mirror. And I understand it. I understand psychology. So for me, it's like, just do I want to go through the same thing over and over? Because I've said this a million times. However, it's good for people to see it and to know, but I will never let anyone mess up my life. I will never let anyone mess up my money. I will never let someone else stop me from showing up. Why? Because I'm not going to let someone else make my life worse. I will show up and they will quit. I will keep uploading videos and they will get deactivated and have to start 5 other fake profiles. Why? Because I got more mental toughness than them. Not because I'm better than them, but because I believe in the grace of God and I put in the work of my life. Okay. See, they don't believe in either and they haven't done either. The lazy and the apathetic have no friends. They have no life. They want death, but they're too scared to really look at death. That's the truth. And they're the type of people that they commit crimes and they want someone else to kill them and put them out of their misery. And I say, look, if God forbid anyone shoots up a school or kills someone else, they should be put to death, period. Okay? Because I don't care if you got mental problems. Okay? Because look, you should have went and seeked help. And if you don't have enough independence to seek help, you either get locked up for life or you got to get put down. Okay? Why? Because it's unfair to you to hurt other society. Okay? When society has so many programs to help. If you don't want help, that's fine. You have a right to destroy your life. but you don't have a right to destroy other people's life. Okay, so if you want to be in toxic, see, real toxic and nasty people, they don't want to be by themselves. They want to take down as many people as they can before they go. And I understand it. And that's why I tell you, don't lock heads with the psychopaths, because to them, that's their only joy in life, is to get people worked up. And they even enjoy this right now. They enjoy getting me worked up because this is the most attention they get all day. And they all throughout the day, their mind goes, nobody likes me, nobody likes me. And it's an unstable, weak mind, mental illness, okay? Do I have compassion? I have compassion. But at the same time, I don't have apathy, or I don't have a level of opening up boundaries to let the mentally ill run the show, okay? The mentally ill, the nasty, or just people with bad attitudes, okay, are people that are an emotional bill on their family and on society. So what should they do? They should destroy their life if they want to. But the minute they start to destroy other people's space, they have to have consequences, just like all of us. Okay. And what I can tell you is those consequences need to be enforced. Because like everyone in life, people push the limits. Okay. And you do not have to deal with someone in your family, in the public, or wherever, where they are invading your personal space with toxic things, even if it's a toxic comment. So, never feel ashamed to express your frustration, to put up a healthy boundary, and above all else, address it and keep showing up. And it's a good thing. And he goes, was something you said tonight I quoted? Oh, I didn't even realize that was something I said. Well, Tony, I appreciate you, man, because you've been a positive, consistent viewer. And like I say, I appreciate positive people, man. I really do. Like Zach. My friend Walt Roseman doing better this week off chemo. So, but doing bad, called Great Hope Enemy YouTube. Look it up. Hey, no, man, I love you. I love you too. Stay positive. I love cold tonight. Well, you're in North Florida, Northwest, I believe, in a Panhandle. Love to you, Zach. Love to everyone in the Panhandle. Love to my viewer, Showgirls, and her daughter. Yeah, I don't like the Panhandle. Too cold, but I love all the positive people that live up there. Paul C. I just read the wind chill for South Florida is going to be in the 20s or 30s. Okay. This is just a little heads up for the places like Miami. Yep, just remember, it's only a day or two, and better that than to be up north. But you are correct. And for me, it's good camping weather. Because again, you can layer up, and the only time it's tough to live in your car with cold weather, as long as you have the proper clothing and the sleeping bags, the only time it's tough is when you get to single digits and below zero. That's when it's tough. That's when you have to wake up in the middle of the night, start your car, get the chill out of the air, and then kind of recycle that. And that's when you have to be really cautious of health issues. Because those are real temperatures. 20s and 30s, it's cool, it's cold even, but it's not something that, as long as you are prepared with a level of layering of clothing, you shouldn't have any serious health issues. So that's true. Thank you, Paul. Living good. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Living Good. I appreciate that. Juicy Jeff, my brother. Shout out to you, man. Hey, brother. Nothing but love for you. Well, the same back to you, Juicy Jeff. I'm a supporter of you. You're a young person and you will figure out life. When I was in my mid-20s, I did a lot of things that I refined as I went. Like I said, I got deep into the church. I was deep into the strip club. So you have the right, Juicy Jeff, to bounce around, whether it's freestyling, whether it's your career or whatever you want to do. You have a right to figure out life on your own time, because that's part of being young. However, whatever you do in life, stay productive, stay in the workforce, and stay active, because too much idle time is the devil's playground. However, you have the right, and you have the right to figure out life and to go through your own thing. We all have been through that. And it's a constant thing. Like I say, if any person looks at themselves in their early 20s, and then if they are lucky enough to get to their 30s, 40s, or whatever, you realize that you had to figure out life in your own time. You needed people to give you space. So Juicy Jeff, I know you're a positive, smart, intelligent person, and I think you do have a level of mental toughness that you undersell yourself. Never undersell yourself. I also think you can be a great success in business, okay? So there's a lot of people out there that, whether it's because of insecurities, I don't even know insecurities. We're all insecure. It's part, again, being immature. But all I can tell you is, Juicy Jeff, you have a lot, all caps, a lot to offer. Okay, so what I can tell you in life is you have a right, especially as a young person. Like I say, when I was young in my 20s, YouTube was just starting. I did a YouTube channel when I had like ministry, and I started it and then I shut it down. It was just, I wasn't ready. So like if you decide to start something, shut it down, or you upload videos for a while and then you stop, you're going through the same thing I went through. Okay. And everyone goes through that in their own way. And so like, yeah, I know you said like you hate corporate culture, but you're also going to hate poverty culture, because I've seen poverty culture. I've, lived through it. So I've never personally myself been so destitute that I can consider myself in poverty. However, I've spent time with people I know in poverty. And what I could tell you is, if you have to choose in between corporate culture and poverty culture, you will take corporate culture every time, because poverty culture is high crime, high drug use, high mental problems with no one seeking help, and it's a bad environment. Corporate culture may be a little bit cutthroat. There may be some bad things, but there's also good people just trying to be productive. There's better aspects of corporate culture than poverty culture, because there's productivity. The poverty culture is idleness. The corporate culture, even though there's some bad parts, it's based in productivity. And it's just regular people. Regular people make up a corporation. So if you're a positive person and you work for a corporation, you can make it a little bit better. But I'm trying to tell you right now, you're going to have a tough time being a positive person in a poverty culture. And sometimes what I've experienced is you can be as positive as you want. It's hard to change that culture and that mindset. Because when people don't want to be productive, they want to be destructive, there's not much you can do. You can't save everyone. That's the truth. So what I can tell you guys, even if you're struggling to hold a job down, hold something down. Even if it's Walmart, Planet Fitness, whatever. Even if you can't do a full 40 hours, do something. The number one tip I would give you if you're struggling with people, work the night shift. For about 5 to 10 years of my career, I worked the night shift. And that will help you avoid having to work around a lot of people, but at the same time, get your money and build up work experience. But just remember, you're trading your time for money. But that's okay, because a lot of you have too much idle time. Juicy Jeff, you're freestyling over there for hours. Like, you got a little bit too much free time, let's be honest. So I love you, but it looks like you got too much free time. So your creativity will actually suffer when you have too much free time, because you're not experiencing life, and then you can't relate to others, and you can't like spit flames of like, real good rhymes and real good poetry and real good creativity comes through the pain of experiencing and doing life. Boring creativity and whack juice is from you doing nothing all day and then trying to figure out what to say. My most inspired times come out of the pain of a bad workday or a bad business venture, or fucking someone parking too close to me, or a MILF, overweight MILF, tilted over in her inner tube in the ocean, and she spilled over on me. So my frustration, okay, of dealing with psychopaths on YouTube that judge me, okay, but I would like to see their real life. Yeah, keep judging me with your thumbs down. But see, that gets me worked up. That's okay. They're the type of people that take away from a thumbs up and give a thumbs down as soon as you say overweight. However, guys, I've been obese. I've been anorexic. I spent time in places of poverty and places of wealth. I'll speak on my life without your permission, okay? Never forget it, okay? Never forget it. But I understand that some people think through manipulation, because that's what it is. When someone who, once they understand, like, this is who this person is, if they choose to come back into my space and they want me to change, then they are a manipulator. because I am who I am. And I am not preaching hurt anyone. I am not preaching do anything negative. I'm preaching all pretty much self-care with an intense mindset and with certain things that you may personally disagree with. But everything that I speak on is based on being a positive and productive person in society. Okay. So if that offends you, go fuck yourself. Okay. Because I ain't going to change. Let's take a hydration break. Juicy Jeff, you know I love you, man. Living good. I asked for a paid vacation on March and got it accepted. Good job. Going to Florida for a month. I love that. Living good. Well, you worked hard. You earned it. Come down here and make it rain. I love it, brother. Good to see you, man. Paulsy, I got my info off the Weather Channel. Okay. It's nice. You will be warming up. Stay safe. See you later. Well, thank you, Paulsy. I think I'll do a video tomorrow. I wrote it down on my phone. Pro tip for all my YouTubers or creative people, when you get a creative idea, write it down in your phone because creativity comes in waves. So I had an idea today. I said, because I know like the weather is cold, especially in other parts of the country. I'm going to do a video tomorrow because I've experienced living in 0 below temperature and 100-degree temperature in my car with no air conditioning or heating. I'm going to upload a video tomorrow. One of the important things of a nomad is you always should be looking at the 10-day weather forecast for your area. And I'll break down the details of that, but that's very important because you have to remember you're living a primitive life. You're living in nature. So the nature, the atmosphere, the temperature, the climate, it affects you higher than someone living in an apartment or house. So be very mindful. Showgirls, I appreciate that. Love to you and your daughter. Cameron, Sam, leaving someone you've known for a long time is tough. It is tough, and I didn't really appreciate that till I had to separate myself from some girl I was dating in my early 30s. It was tough, but it's necessary. There are things you have to do in life that are tough, and I didn't create the world. However, they're necessary. Look, it's tough to wake up on time. It's tough to go to work, but it feels great to get a paycheck. It feels great at the end of the day to be tired and be able to sleep. It feels horrible to not get any paycheck and to be dependent on others. It feels horrible to be up all night binging on YouTube with bad mental health because you're not pushing yourself to do the tough things in life. So I acknowledge what you're saying, Cameron. I totally agree. However, in my experience in life, because I've done the work of my life and there's times I haven't. And what I've come to the conclusion is you are better off being a little bit tough on yourself and disciplining yourself versus suffering the consequences of an undisciplined life. Because when you keep the wrong people in your life, when you don't wake up on time, when you don't go to work, you know who suffers the most? Person in the mirror. And so if you got no other motivation in life, you should look at the person in the mirror and say, what's going to make me suffer less? Now, I know some of you psychopaths that watch porn where like basically it's torture porn. Like they're dripping wax, they're whipping people. I don't get into that, guys. Okay. So you may say, I like suffering. I go, all right, you're a psychopath. I love you. You're a psychopath. So I don't like that type of porn, guys. All right. Love you. Juicy Jeff, respect to you, brother. You know what it is, man. I'm on the same page with you. I support you. Living good. Sam, where is the nearest Thousand Trail campsite near the beach in Florida, and how long of a drive? There's some down in Key West. Key West, pretty much the whole thing is basically like by the ocean because it's just a strip of land. And there's some on the eastern and western coast. But they're all booked January, February, March. That's truth. And that's just what it is. So, but if you go to the Thousand Trails website and you look at the map of the campsites in Florida, you'll see the ones by the coast. There's some on in Key West, South Florida. There's some on the eastern seaboard, and there's some on the western seaboard. So you'll have to look that up and see what area you're looking to visit. Juliano, took me a long time to realize nasty, psychopathic people feel bad about themselves and project it, I love that word, and project it onto good, empathetic people. Never forget it, okay? But also remember that it takes two to tango. So once you realize it, you cut them off. They won't change and you won't either. It's good to be sensitive. However, you can't be too sensitive. You have to have a little Donald Trump in you. And I agree with some things of Donald Trump. If you don't push back and speak truth and be a little bit tough, people will take advantage of you. However, you could take that too far, and that's where I disagree with him at times. But you need that balance. You need to say, look, cut the shit. Okay? But not into the aspect of you're going to get into a fight with them and you're going to get caught into their toxicity. Just from the aspect of boundaries going up. Okay? So, balance is key, man. You want to be sensitive, but you don't want to let people walk all over you. And you got to find that balance. It's not easy when emotions are involved. But you are right. That is exactly what happens. People with poor self-image and problems project that on other people. And people who are empathetic feel the emotions of others. So they take that projection of insecurities or hate or whatever, and they internalize it, and it like causes them to shut down. And that's why I tell you guys, you have to preserve yourself. That's what self-care is. Why? Because if you shut down, what good are you to society? What good are you to anyone? If you ever go on the airplane, in the beginning, they tell you, like, if the plane's going down and the oxygen mask come out of the ceiling, put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you go to help others. Why? Because, guys, if you die, who can you help? No one. So there's a level that's a lot to be said for self-care. And that's, again, one of my core principles. If you look past when I talk about MILFs or psychopaths, it's basically self-care. That's the answer to most things in life. It's the hard work it's the ultimate calling on your life. Showgirls, $1 super chat. Showgirls, love to you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Love to the west coast of Florida. Love to showgirls and her daughter out there dashing away, doing the best they can, living a positive life. And I appreciate that about you. I appreciate your positive attitude, your tenacity. A lot to be said for tenacity. And that's what it takes to live an independent life. I appreciate that tip. Love to you. And I want everyone to be as independent as possible. Because that's always your best life. Again, all of us need different levels of help at different times in our life. But I want everyone to strive to be as independent as possible through doing the tough things that you may not want to do. Why? Because I care about you and I care about myself. You should want to live that way. Okay? Now, if you don't, you don't. You cannot help everyone. I've seen that in my own life. So, but thank you, showgirls. Appreciate that very, very much. Lila. When I going outside, my thermal pants, 25 degrees, so I put my 2 jackets on, 2 socks. Well, that's true. When it's cold outside, you want to protect your neck, not the Wu-Tang song, but like a scarf. You want to have a hat on, and you want to have 2 pairs of socks. That's true. Showgirl says, you are so welcome. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Love to you. Drive safe out there. Manny, hit that thumbs up. You like that hat? I appreciate that. I love my Scully hats. I got a bald head. I actually liked when my hairline started to recede. I know I let down some of you milfs that want to get with me. But I actually liked that because it was less maintenance. Now I could, instead of going to the barbershop, I just clipped my hair. I let it grow out a little bit this past week. But it's low maintenance, and I like low maintenance. Now, look, when you're dating some milfs, you're going to realize, too, like I was dating this one milf, she was wearing a wig. Some of these wigs, they look like real hair. I didn't know it was a wig. And, like, next thing I know, like, I came out of the bathroom one day, she had her wig off, she looked like Michael Jordan. I said, oh, shit. So it'll throw you for a loop once you start dating milfs, because the wigs look real. And I'm not mad at you girls for wearing the wigs. I'm bald, too. But I'm trying to tell you, that's such a shocking thing when a girl's wearing a wig and you don't know it. And then, like, they just take their wig off, or they just show up to your door one day and they decide not to put their wig on. You say, oh, shit. It's just shocking. It's shocking. Let's stay positive. Diana. Hey, Sam. Hello to you. Juicy Jeff. I respect your support, brother, and appreciate your criticism. Well, it's not criticism because I don't think anyone should criticize you because you're willing to put yourself out there. I'm just sharing some thoughts. And, you have a right, too, to, just say, look, you don't have to agree with me. I'm just sharing. But don't take it as criticism because that's not what's in my heart towards you. I want you to do you. Even if it's whatever it is, just do you. You figure it out. I give you space to do you. And I appreciate that about you. 29 degrees. Showgirl says 29 degrees this morning in Dustin. Okay, shout out to Dustin, Florida. Yeah, that's cold. That is very cold for Florida. Tony, hey, what's up, man? Saxophone emoji to you. Hey, Sam. How's it going? Overall positive. It was a little bit of a tough day today, and it was a little bit cooler than normal, but I have to be thankful because I have a lot of blessings. And I got my health, a lot to be thankful for. So I have to, on a tough day, you have to remember just get through the day, okay? And then you got to just remember, like, there's a lot of things to be thankful for, your health, all these different things. And, you just got to take life one day at a time sometimes, guys. That's all you can do. Good job. Good to see you, Tony. Love to you. Love to your family. Juicy Jeff. What sucks is I hate corporate culture. Well, we broke that down. Better to be in the corporate world than the poverty world. Juicy Jeff. Good point, Sam. I feel great when I had to put in those hard work days. Juicy Jeff, you're called to be a culinary arts person to deal with food. But what you got to do is you got to work at Taco Bell for a year straight, then build up to a restaurant, then become the head chef so you can create the atmosphere. The more work you put in, the higher you go up on the ladder, and the more you go up, you can create the atmosphere. Like, you may work for a manager that sucks. He's toxic. But the only way to change that is you get enough work experience, and then you become a manager yourself, and then you create the atmosphere. Like I always tell you guys, if you're hesitant on taking a promotion, just remember, if you decide not to take the promotion, you're going to be getting coffee for the prick that will. And you're going to find out he's not that smarter than you, or he's not smarter than you. That's what I realized in life. I said, oh shit, I'll take it. Take the promotion and figure it out. But you only get an opportunity for a promotion when you show up. Never forget it. Living good. Sam, did you hear it will be 32 degrees Fahrenheit? Everybody heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. But only at night. It'll still, like today was still like 73 degrees Fahrenheit in South Florida. And tomorrow will still be close to 70 during the day is the high. At night, it'll be down that cold. But again, as a nomad, that's good camping weather at night. It's easier to sleep in 32 degree weather at night than like 75, 80 degree weather that's humid in the summer in Florida. That's true. Rebecca, hey, Rebecca, good to see you. I like that red shirt. Lila, my friend James Golden, he's hanging in the wrong crowd. That's not good. Destroys life. He one day get caught, get arrested. That's what happens. Put jail. I make a comment for you, Nomad. I need help with him. Don't help him. Give him space to figure out his own life because he will destroy your life. There's a scripture that says, don't befriend an angry person. They will destroy your soul. There is a scripture that says, the company you keep will pretty much destroy your life. I'm paraphrasing, but it's in the book of Proverbs. Pretty much, look, if you hang around with fools, you'll be a fool. So look, you have to give him space, but you have to go and build your own life. That's true. Living good. Make your money and don't let anyone get on it. Hey, living good, you nailed it. Tony, Sam, I hate play corporate gigs. Hey, they pay the best though. Like I guarantee you, the paycheck of doing a corporate gig versus a mom and pop baby birthday bash for some 5-year-old in the suburbs, the corporate gig's going to pay more. Probably like 2-3 times more. So, hey guys, look, what I tell you is get that money. The more money you get, the more you can be picky on your jobs. That's why I tell you guys, work, build up a savings, pay down your debt, and then the more, live below your means, then the more options you have. Then you don't have to take a job if you don't want to, right? But if you are never doing things you don't want to do, then you gotta have to do whatever. And the older you get, it gets worse. So guys, just be wise. And then he goes, nobody claps. Everyone is rude, drunk, and horrible. Well, Tony, when no one claps and when everyone is rude, just like when I do a live feed, no one watches and people thumbs down. You know what I remember? Hey, the paycheck fucking makes me come every time. So hey, look, when the crowd isn't into it, guess what? If you're still getting paid, you're still going to orgasm, okay? Because I'd rather get the paycheck than a bunch of people clapping in the audience, okay? So if you say, Sam, would you rather have the audience clap and no pay, or get paid and the audience pretty much throw oranges at you? Hey guys, I'll take the paycheck. Why? Because I go do whatever I want with that. Your paycheck is your independence. Independence matters. And I tell you, when I've been in financial ruin and in debt and had to borrow money from family members or friends, it's a total disaster. And that's why I tell you, corporate culture is 100% better than poverty culture. I want you to tattoo that on your chest, get it embedded Scully cap with it etched in the top, and pretty much put it on your tombstone, okay? Why? Because it's words to live by and it's words to die by. Never forget it. Living good, your way. Oh, yeah. Tom, what's up, man? Number one. Let's keep doing it. I saw a Corrado Axion today for $93,000. I loved it. It was custom made. But I said, damn, $90,000, man. That's a lot of money, man, for an RV, man. But it is beautiful, beautiful, Tom. I don't know, the A-Liner Great Escape travel trailer, that's only 1,600 pounds. If I get a travel trailer, that's the one I'll get. It's only like $12,000. Do I want to tow something? I don't know. If I get a home base, I'll just get it towed there and never tow it. We'll see. You see, Jeff, I wasted a lot of time. Yes, well, I could tell, but that's up to you. You got, you got to figure out your life. But look, to be honest with you, it's not criticism. It's just being honest with you. Look, there's some videos I make that suck. I don't want to know about it. Don't tell me about it. So do I want to tell you about if videos suck? No. Why? Because that's just part of being creative. You're going to make some that are good, some that are bad. However, even if you make a bad video, it's better to make a video. Even if you have a bad day at work, it's better to show up at work. Because guys, the worst thing you can do is nothing. So even if you're really sucking, at least you're doing something. That's what I say. Let's take hydration break. Living good. Make your money. Don't let no one get in the way. Damn right. You have to leave them behind or you will stay behind. 100 emoji to that. Living good. Juicy Jeff, I have a lot of regrets. Juicy Jeff, life is only meant to be lived forward. So I want you to take your regrets. I want you to put them in the campfire and I want you to let them burn in hell. Time to move forward. Don't even think about the past. Have a short memory like an NFL cornerback. I remember I used to watch football when I was younger, and I remember, I think it was Deion Sanders. He got interviewed after a game. Deion Sanders was probably one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL at the time. And he got burnt for a touchdown, but he also got a couple interceptions, and they won the game. And they said, Deion, how do you handle when the wide receiver, beats you on a play? How do you get over that, not have regrets, and, persevere? He goes, I have to have a short memory. And I have to focus on the next play. There's a scripture from Paul the Apostle, who was a murderer, and then he was the biggest Christian. He's the reason for 2/3 of the New Testament, but he was basically a murderer, just like Moses. However, what he has said in his old age after getting saved was that he puts all his energy on focusing on what's before him, ahead of him, on focusing on going forward, not the past. The only way you can live life is going forward. All the regrets have to get shit canned. Anyone with any energy, I want you to put the trash can emoji in the live chat. Because anytime you have a regret, anytime you have a bad thought, a bad memory, you need to shit can it. Because life is meant to be lived forward. And you have to put all your energy into focusing on what lies ahead, not what you regret behind. 100. Let's continue. Tony, man, the hard times make the best music in the soul. You damn right. Mary J. Blige, that's why she has some hot R&B albums. Because she went through the divorces and the breakups. And that was her best music. It's true. Juicy Jeff. But I will keep staying strong. I know that, brother. I know you got what it takes. Juicy Jeff, I know you're going to be a success in your business, in your personal life, and in your creative world. I know it. I told you that since day one. Thank you, 2020, and thank you, Snow Panther, for giving me the trash can emoji. I told you that from day one, brother. I know you're going to do great things. Okay? I know it. So you're just going through a season of your life where you have to figure it out. All of us need that space. That's why I don't come on your channel and give you a lot of advice. Why? Because I've been exactly where you're at. And the last thing you need is advice. What you need is your own personal space to figure it out. Okay? And I give you that because I'm your friend. I'm not some fucking you know what I mean? Person trying to. I saw some of the people going on your channel giving you a lot of shit. I flagged some of them to YouTube that they were bullies. And I reported them to YouTube. Why? Because I think a bully is the most disgraceful thing on this planet. And for me, you can do the same thing with a bully that you do your regrets. You can put them in a fucking trash can. Okay. That's what I think. Jay Bird, thank you. Let's stay positive. Juicy Jeff. Oh, yeah, I read it. Keep pushing forward. Rebecca, I like that red shirt. I just started watching your videos. Well, that's awesome. I think you have a lot of great knowledge. Thank you for the positive comment. I appreciate that. Welcome. Showgirls, I got a lot of love for you. I appreciate your love. Juicy Jeff, what was the quote about free time? It's the devil's playground. I'll write that one down. Yeah, tattoo it on your forearm. Idle time is the devil's playground. Never forget it. Showgirls, if I get too cold, and never date a girl with angel wings tattooed on her back, because she's not an angel. Because there's a scripture that says the devil comes disguised as an angel, okay? And she's usually got angel wing tattoos on her back, and she drives a white Audi or a Volkswagen, okay? That's a pro tip. That's a bonus. I'm sorry if I offended anyone, but that's truth. Chokers, if I get too cold or too hot, it's time to roll. Well, that's the number one asset of a nomad is your flexibility, your ability to be able to get up and move, and you should use it. Good showgirls, you're a survivor. That's what I told showgirls too the first time I met her on YouTube. I said, you're a survivor. I could tell right away. And that's exactly what she is. Tony, Sam, I carry notebooks for when inspiration hits. Good job. Gotta strike when the iron's hot. Tony, my fellow creative man, you get it. Good job. Showgirls, hope you had a great day today. It sucked a little bit, but when the day sucks, you show up anyway. You focus on what you're thankful for, and tomorrow's another day. You live to fight another day. That's how you become a survivor and thrive. So, girls, those kink masters, total disaster. Tony, our camps are booked the whole summer. It sucks. That's the part you'll realize in the nomad life. In the people who are true full-time nomads, they travel south in the winter and north in the summer. So the campgrounds are booked because the nomads are moving in those locations. I think it's better to be a nomad living out of your car or van because that's the value. You can stealth camp. If you have a full-blown RV, especially a travel trailer, that's the negative. You have to have an RV park for most of the time. So like that's why I tell you guys, like if you are really not sure about this life, you're better off just being in a car or van because you got more flexibility. Once you get an RV, a travel trailer, or motorhome or whatever, you can still stealth, but it's not going to be as often and you're not going to be as efficient with your gas. It's going to be more of a pain in the ass. And then you're going to need campgrounds. And what I can tell you is there's no campgrounds pretty much available January, February, March in Florida unless you're going to pay a premium. And same thing up north. So in New Jersey, I was able to get the campgrounds because I went up to New Jersey in the fall, like end of August and September. And so I was able to get, but even then it was still a little bit booked. And as I migrated south, I saw the same thing. So just make a mental note. Living good. Thanks for your great advice. Thank you for the love. Keep showing up. Yeah. Your channel will grow for sure. From your lips to God's ears, man. I want to retire early, man. You are a blessing to this YouTube community. Thank you for that positive love. Showgirls, thank you for the tip. Tip for the great advice, my friend. I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. You are so welcome. Thank you. Living good. Too many people spend money they earned to buy things they don't want to impress people they don't like. I understand. I've been there, and I've also lost money just investing in stocks. So sometimes I used to be critical. I can't be critical on people buying a fancy car to impress a girl because I did it. Or living above their means because I did it. I can't even be mad at someone for wasting their money doing something stupid because, again, I probably lost more money trading stocks than most people have done other things. So I have to be fair in my own evaluation. However, what you said is wisdom. But the general guidelines of life is this. Work so you can get enough in a savings account to sustain yourself for about a year if, God forbid, you couldn't work. Then try to build up your retirement, and if you want to play with money or spend money a certain way, that's your business. Everyone spends their money different. Some people spend it on tools. Some people spend it on business ventures. Some people spend it in a strip club. Some people spend it on cars. So, I really can't tell people how to spend money because if you work for it, that's your right. You've earned that money. I just encourage you to get a savings account put enough for 12 months worth of expenses, live below your means, keep working until you can retire, and then do whatever you want with your money. That's truth. Showgirls, 29 this morning in Destiny. Yeah, it's a little chilly up there. Living good. Money is only a tool. That's true. It will make you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. That's true. But without that tool, you can't even put gas in a car. Without money, you can't go anywhere, guys. So that's why you got to show up. Living good. But showing up is the major step. We on the same page, man. So, girls, chefs can make some serious money. Look, even if they can't, you are correct, they make money. So even if you're not going to be a millionaire, look, guys, most of us are not going to be millionaires. I hope we all are. But statistically, the masses will never be millionaires. However, you can still live a great, fulfilled life and do everything you want if you make the average income, you live below your means, and you keep healthy relationships. You can live a great, inspired life. So look, if you can become a millionaire, that's great. I would love to too. But the main thing is you just want to have a level of financial freedom where you're not going to be in a position where other people can control your destiny. That's truth. I like Showgirls Adult Tampa, Florida Entertainment. I'm not mad at that. Showgirls Club Icon, Mons Venus Scores. I'm not mad at that. Living good. Financial freedom isn't the acquisition of stuff. It's learning to live on less than you make so you can give money back. I agree with that. And have money to invest. You can win until you do this. A lot of what you said is wisdom. It's true. Small RV adventures. Hey, Sam, what would you tell Bob Wells if he interviewed you? Basically what I tell you guys every night. Self-care, show up, don't live in poverty. Poverty is for an emergency situation. You should want to try to live as cheap as you can, but you should not want to live below your potential, because Bob Wells is not going to pay your Social Security. Bob Wells is not going to pay your health care. Either am I. So I want you guys to be as independent as possible. I want you guys to live up to your potential. I don't want you to hide all your gifts and talents, go free boondock in Arizona, then become old and destitute and have to suck Bob Wells' dick for a super chat. I want you guys to be independent. Because poverty sucks. Living in the desert because you have to sucks. If you want to, it's different. If you want to live in the desert and you got money in the bank, that could be great. But if you got no other choice and you're living in the desert, guys, you're basically like, searching for the promised land. And what I can tell you is I'm in the promised land, okay? I'm next to Mar-a-Lago, guys. So what I can tell you is let's take a hydration break. So, girls, so true. If you hang around the trash, you become trash. Damn it, Showgirls. We're going to put that on a t-shirt. Someone give me 2 trash can emojis. Good job, Showgirls. Living good. Push it to the limit, Sam. Respect to you. Respect back to you. Thank you. Tony? Yeah, the corporate gigs pay way better. You damn right. Money bag emoji. 5 times better. Someone put 5 money bags in the live feed. Good job. Juicy Jeff laughing good. I love this guy. I'm giving it to you pretty good tonight. Daybert, free oranges. Hey, guys, free orgasms. Juicy Jeff, get that money, guys. You damn right. 2020, Sam gets orgasmic paychecks. Guys, I'm trying to tell you right now, when I see that direct deposit on payday, it's like seeing free Latino porn. I'm like, yes. Guys, pass me the sock, okay? When I see that direct deposit, guys, you might as well. I'm like this. I mean, guys, that's inspiring, okay? Now, a lot of people don't want to tell you. Does Bob Wells want to tell you that? Hell no. Bob Wells telling you to go over there, live in the middle of the desert on SSI, and you're going to be happy. Guys, let me tell you something. If you live in the middle of the desert next to some psychopath on SSI masturbating, and then they come knocking on your door to borrow something, I want to know how inspired you are, okay? And what I can tell you is this. No disrespect if you have to be in that situation and you have no other choice. But what I'm trying to tell you from my own life experience, with my own family and friends, you don't want to be in that position, okay? Because it's a total disaster. Put about 20 dookie emojis and the desert cactus emoji. Because what I can tell you is, that's basically what I just said. Good job. Showgirls, you can get some RVs real cheap salvage title. You can, But RVs are a maintenance nightmare once they get a certain age. It's like, they just start to fall apart, and it's just not worth it in most instances. Tony, hey Sam, how do you deal with sickness? We have a gig on Party Boat, but drummer gets seasick. Well, I don't really, I'm not on the sea. I don't, like someone asked me, Sam, would you ever live on a boat? Now, I get seasick when I ride passenger seat in someone's car. I don't, so that's just not my thing. Lila, hey, man, I got a surprise for you. I got projector for Christmas. I love it. And the projector can do 100, the projector can do 100-inch screen. I can hook up HDMI. Good job. And I can watch big screen YouTube Nomad. Lila, I love the fact that you're always talking about something positive and productive you're doing. I'm very proud of you and love and respect to you. Tom, there's a guy on YouTube has an A-liner. Too many air gaps for Florida rain airbugs. I've seen a couple of people with an airliner. I know, like, they got the guy Slim, Potato Head, but they don't inspire me, but respect to them. But I haven't seen anyone. I mean, I've saw some videos of it. I like the A-liner Great Escape. I don't like the A-liner that folds, the A-frame. I like the A-liner Great Escape. Look that up, Tom. It's pretty cool. But the downside is, if you don't have a home base and you're in Florida in the winter, where are you going to put it? Because there's not too many campgrounds. That's true. Not available. Showgirls, seasick is when you go in the cabin too much. You can take Boney or Dramamine. I just say stay off the sea, man. Snow Panther, trash can emoji. 2020 trash can. Showgirls, I can't wait till I get my Roku working. Good job. So I can watch YouTube. I never had Roku. What is Roku? What is that? I've heard people say that. I don't really know what it is, though. Is that like Netflix? Jay Bird? See, somebody putting it in trash. Good job, Jay Bird. Juicy Jeff, can't find the damn trash can. That's all right, man. I appreciate the effort. But thanks for everything, man. You know I got love for you. Showgirls. Yeah, it's real sad when people bully on YouTube. It's a total disgrace. I agree with you. Showgirls, hope you will be around next time we're in Tampa. It's possible. Carol, trash can, good job. You're very positive, Carol. Got to leave the past behind you. Damn right. And look forward in life. Not easy. Not easy, but you're damn right, Carol. I love you. Shout to Michigan. I got a lot of love for you, Carol. You're a very positive woman. Showgirls, RVs get such bad mileage. They're a disaster. That's true. The only reason I like a travel trailer is because, look, they're cheaper. They don't have a motor. However, you can't do really any stealth with them. So it's the give and take of everything in life. It's true. Giuliano, no regrets, 100. I like that. Looking forward only. Good job, Giuliano. Snow Dog, what's up, man? Sam, do you plan on staying in Florida this summer? Good question. Good question, Snow Dog. Love to you, brother. Hope you're staying warm in New Jersey. I will definitely visit my mother, God willing. So I usually like to wait till Labor Day, which is the end of August or September after all the summer crowds are gone. Because it's very crowded in New Jersey by the shore in the summer. So I'll probably still spend, I don't know, man. I suffered last summer. It was very hot, man. It was tough in the car. So either I'm going to have a travel trailer, the A-liner Great Escape, and I got no problem. All the 1,000 Trails campgrounds and state parks are wide open in the summer. As soon as it hits May, all the campgrounds are wide open. So either I'm going to get a small little travel trailer and just have AC until I go to see my mom in September, or I'm just going to travel up north May or probably June and just try to avoid the hot temperatures by going north in my car, or I'm going to buy an RV lot, put an RV on it, tow it off my RV lot during hurricane season, take my car, go visit my mom, and try to convince my mom, like, look, it may be time for you to just downsize and come live with me down Florida. There's a lot of question here. Pray for me because I'm trying to make wise decisions, not easy. So that's why when in doubt, I'm trying to just not do anything irrational. However, I am at a little bit of a turning point. I'm 3 years into this now. I could see that I'm going to need to make some type of an adjustment here. I'm trying to be very wise and cautious in how I do it. So pray for me, but those are my thoughts. Good to see you, Snow Dog. Lila, my mom bought a Showbox window projector, cost $107. I had Bluetooth. It's awesome. I love my Zach projector. Well, I like that. Pierce, what's up, man? You kind of look like Bradley Cooper. Well, I love Silver Linings Playbook. I think that was a great movie. That's a compliment, man. I'll take that. God, thank you. Thank you, Pierce. Hey, good. Guys, when someone gives you a compliment, you know what you say? Thank you. I appreciate that. And I love that movie. One of my top 5 movies is Silver Linings Playbook with Bradley Cooper and who was it, Jennifer Lawrence? That was a great movie. It was about people who struggle mentally and were trying to live their best life. But I think everyone can relate to it. I think it was a great movie. Also, Robert De Niro did a great job in that movie. Very funny. I love that movie. Good job. See me? Currently, this quote today, actions, great habits, and habits. I'm sorry. He goes, this quote today, actions create great habits, and habits form character dictates. Yeah, bottom line is action is the birthplace of habits. Create good ones, and they'll become part of your character. Good job. So, girls, a friend of mine is a chef. He is never without a job. That's a good word of encouragement. Juliano, no angel wings, tats on me. I'm not mad at that. No tats at all. I'm not mad at that. I don't like some on them, but too much commitment for me. I understand that. I knew I would change my mind. Well, when in doubt, don't commit. Good job, Juliana. You see, Jeff, you should not want to live below your potential. Amen. We're going to put down a t-shirt. You see, Jeff, that's gold. Yeah, we get the small RV adventures. Good advice. Thank you. Juliana, almost there. 10K. Guys, I've worked my ass off to get 10,000 subscribers. Now, it doesn't mean much as far as any type of monetization. Everything is how many views you get. However, just like everything, it's a level of a measurement of a goal, and it builds up a somewhat of an audience, and other people watch. I got over 2,000 videos just about. So if they watch one video, even if it may not get a lot of views, they'll watch another one. And so your hard work does build over time. I got the grace of God a little bit. I got luck. So all that plays a part. But you also put in the work. I mean, I try to show up every day. Some videos may be great, some not so great, but just showing up will get you further than waiting to be perfect. Like, don't wait to upload perfect videos. You know, I'm not saying upload trash, but, you know, you got to do action. Thank you, Julian. Juicy Jeff. Money bags out the wazoo. I like that. Juicy Jeff, I got you. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Juicy Jeff dookied it out in Arizona. I love everyone in Arizona, though. But you know what I mean. Juliana, 2 trash cans. Good job. So, girls, Jeff, how's it going on? I'm not mad at that. Pierce, my friends laugh at me for wanting to live out of a vehicle. Well, cut them off. You don't have to justify yourself to them. To save money in my 20s and 30s, but I honestly just want to be ahead of the curve. Well, Pierce, the first thing I would tell you, because I don't want to pander to you, is your job and building your career will get you your independence and will get you ahead. So I do support you going into your vehicle only if you keep a job and you build up your career. If you're going to get into your vehicle young and then because you don't have a lot of bills, not push yourself to build your career, you're going to be old and destitute. And that's what I do worry about younger people, even Juicy Jeff. I'm not pushing, but part of what pushed me when I was younger was I got to pay these bills. And that pushed me, and then that's how you get ahead. However, I don't want you to make mistakes as far as living above your means and then just working to pay bills. But if you live in your car and you say, oh, I don't got to pay rent, I could just veg out, and then you don't build your career, you're going to wake up 50 in your late 40s, 50s. You're going to have no work experience other than Taco Bell. You're going to have no Social Security, no pension, no 401k. And what you're going to be is someone in Arizona living free boondocking, and it's not going to be a pretty sight, in my opinion. So I support you. Ultimately, do whatever you want in your life. But I want to encourage you, because I want you to live your best life, to work on your career. Get work experience. Get certifications. Take the promotion. You're going to apply for jobs. You're going to get denied. Keep applying. You're going to take an electrical exam. I failed my electrical exam 3 times. I kept taking it. So guys, you got to be persistent. You got to go after it, especially while you're young and you have your energy and you have a level of health. As you get older, you want to dial it down and you want to have more options because you got more work experience. You got more credentials. Then you can pick and choose your jobs. Okay. But when you're young, that's the time to go after it. I'm not saying live above your means. I'm saying go after your career. That's your pathway to independence, not living in a car. It's your career. That's the key. That's what Bob Wells doesn't tell you. That's what all the nomads who just want you to watch them don't tell you. Look, I tell you guys, I block more people then subscribe to me. I tell you, for your own good and for my own good, your career, your ability to earn money is your pathway to independence, not cutting your expenses. Because you can always cut your expenses, but it's not easy to increase your income, especially as you get older. So focus on that and then cut your expenses at will. 100. All right, that's it. Showgirls, it's free TV for $30. You plug it into your TV. Okay, Roku. Thank you, Showgirls. Juicy Jeff. It's like Chromecast, also talking about Roku. You can watch YouTube using your phone and put it on TV. Okay. Good to see you, Dar. Love to you. Tom. Okay, I still like the park with the empty lot you showed us. Thank you, Tom. I love you, brother. I really do appreciate you too, Tom, staying with me. I've been looking at that, Tom. Pray for me, brother. I'm praying for you. I really am considering that lot. There's a couple other in the community that are a little bit cheaper, but they're basically sandwiched in between a couple mobile homes. The one reason I like that lot that I did the video of, it's still close to neighbors, but it has a level of privacy. Door $4.99. Door, we're stripping tonight. Make it pop. Make it pop. Door. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, guys. Thank you for the love. Dar and Showgirls, all I can tell you is I appreciate the love. I don't take it for granted, and I'm thankful. Never forget it. Never forget it. What I could tell you guys is I do look, Tom, at that lot, and the guy who's selling it, he has cancer, so pray for him too. Good guy. So, I don't know, pray for me. I mean, there's a level of entanglement I don't want, but it would kind of position me long-term, because I say to myself, Sam, look, I know I want to live by the beach. I know the areas in Florida I like most. I really don't want to travel aimlessly throughout the country. There's not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's not what I want to do. So it's got cheap recurring costs based on everything I looked at, and I looked at a lot. So to live by the beach and your property taxes to only be about $1,000 a month. The HOA is $200 a month, but that includes your water, your sewer, a pool, Wi-Fi at the clubhouse. The only thing it doesn't include is your electric. So as far as recurring costs tied with a property being right on the beach, that's one of the lowest things you're going to find in South Florida. So seriously considering that, man. Tony, Roku is free TV. You can watch anything, but you need an HDMI port. Well, thank you, Tony. Giuliano, you are very smart at Pierce. Compare your financial freedom down the track. You will be ahead of the game if you follow Nomad's principles. Thank you. And yes, look, you cut your expenses, but you got to increase your income. Because if you cut your expenses and you don't increase your income, you're just going to be getting by. When you cut your expenses and you increase your income, you're going to be getting ahead. How do you get ahead? By cutting your expenses and increasing your income. Now you're ahead. If you just cut your expenses and your income's here, you're just going to be getting by. So guys, you want to get ahead. Never forget it. Tom, oh yeah, I worked on the one the lady got in Oregon and towed it with a Subaru. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Thank you. Tony, I'm going to Maine. I looked at some campgrounds in Maine to visit my girlfriend's family. Maine's got a different culture. There's two parts of an environment, climate and culture. Maine, I just don't like the culture, man. I went to Vermont. I don't like the culture. But love to you, brother. Safe travels. Juicy Jeff. That's a good-ass movie. Oh, yeah, Silver Linings Playbook, one of my top 5. Good job. I love Showgirls, New Girls. In Stripper Club, Tampa. I wish I was there. I'm not mad at that. I love you, Lala. Tama. Those are nice and light, but roomy. I agree. To me, the Great Escape A-Liner travel trailer is the best small little cute travel trailer in the market. Voodoo Chicken, what's up, man? Good to see you, Sam. Good to see you also. Tony, we have the Trop. It's awesome, but you got to bring booze in. I hear that. Booze can be expensive, but again, you have to respect that everyone spends their money differently. So all I can tell you is enjoy yourself. You work for your money. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Showgirls. I learned from Cassie, I don't know how to say that last name, on YouTube. Try to vlog every single day. I think it's wisdom. Now, look, there's a lot of big YouTubers that don't do that. They just vlog once a week or once a month. I think you have to at least do once every couple of weeks. And, but for me, it's just like when you're young and you're in the workforce. Just keep uploading, man. And every time you get an idea for a video, write it down. And then when you have the time and energy, make it. And if you're totally lost, just remember, most people don't want to hear you talking. Most people want to see informational stuff. Meaning that if you're totally lost, go to a car dealership and just do videos of a car. Or my biggest videos are ones of at the RV show, of showing RVs. However, my sustainable way to grow my channel is me using my gift of communication and sharing principles and also sharing other parts of my nomadic journey. So you have to, but to build a base, you're going to have to do some things for the masses. Because again, like, people watch YouTube just like you do for 3 reasons. One is they want information, a tutorial or a video example of something, whether it's a car or how to do a formula, information or entertainment. Kim Kardashian, they want entertainment. So information, entertainment, or inspiration, motivational stuff, etc. However, the masses, most people want information. So that's why, like, most nomads, one of their best topics is how do you stay hot in the winter in your car? How do you stay cold in the summer? Informational stuff about living in a car. Like Juicy Jeff, you can increase your viewership just by talking about, this is how I take a shower by living in a car. And even if you did that video before, if you just take a video of you going into Planet Fitness, you put some music behind it, you edit it a little bit because you're a good editor. Juicy Jeff, don't neglect your editing skills because you do them like secondhand. That's part of your gift. Whatever you do with ease is your gift. Like, guys, I can sit here and talk for an hour and a half, and that doesn't faze me. It's my gift. However, like Juicy Jeff, you sit there, you edit a video on your iPhone in like 10 minutes. That's a gift, right? So don't neglect your gift. Your gift is a tool to push you to your best life. So, like I said, you may want to do videos of just freestyling. I give you that space to do you. However, if you want to grow also, don't neglect your gift and mix that in with some other stuff. Good job. Tony. And we get to the strip joint, and those girls are smoking hot. Hey, guys, I dated a couple strippers. How to end? Total disaster. But it was a little fun. Small RV adventures. Sam, do you prefer support through live feed or Patreon? That's an individual choice. I'm thankful for any support. Super chats are a big thing. PayPal builds up a base. But for me, I'm Patreon. But look, guys, I'm not going to tell anyone how to support me. Because for me, I'm grateful for anyone that does it. And, you know, I practice what I preach. Like, there's other people on YouTube that I've watched, that I've PayPal'd, that I've Patreoned. So, but that's a personal thing. Like, you know what I mean? So you may not want to do anything, and I'm not mad at you. And I'll tell you guys right now, if you guys are struggling in your life and you're hurting, I don't want you to. I want you to do what you need to do for your life. However, if you want to tip me and you can, I'm thankful for it. However, that's a personal thing, just like how you decide to spend your money is personal. So that's the best, honest way I can answer it. Good job. Dar, I miss you. Well, I miss you too. Shout out to you. Keep working that nursing career and living your best life. So girls, small RV. I tip here because I don't do Patreon. I can understand that. There's pros and cons to Patreon. I definitely agree with that. Dar, but I'm very thankful for all my Patrons. It's I understand both. They're both helpful. Dar, thank you again. I appreciate your advice. Well, I appreciate your love. Juicy Jeff. So girls, yay, Dar, have coffee. I appreciate that. When it's cold, I usually like to have an extra cup of coffee. But right now, after this live feed, I may hit the gym. I don't think I'm going to eat anything tonight. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to tear it up, though. Dar, I'm grateful for all your advice. Well, I'm grateful for your support and your kind words, showgirls. He is really smart and very positive. I'm thankful for the grace of God. Thank you for the positive comment. Dar, I love my psychopath Sam. Dar, I'm learning so much. Showgirls. Juliano, YouTube is fun. You just have to be on it every day. It's a job. That's true. Lila, I will find you on Instagram, Nomad. I deleted my Instagram. YouTube is the only social media that I operate. So if you see another inspirational thing on Nomad, I know some people tag me sometimes. I don't run anything on Instagram or Facebook. YouTube is my only thing. I can only share so much of my life. I need my own space, like to recharge. So that's true. Tom, I think that lot is you buy a bigger trailer and your Toyota Prius. Yeah, that's a good point, Tom. Great point. I've been looking at that. So yeah, if I buy a lot, that may be an option as well. That's a good point. Now I've been thinking about that. Juliano, good advice at Showgirls. Thanks, prayer emoji, for the tip. Showgirls, I agree with Tom. Tom makes a good point, Tom. I agree. I agree too. King Devon, bro, thank you so much. Well, thank you. I watched your job video. I was feeling nervous the first day. Thank you, brother. I know what video you're talking about. On my second day, I'm already running for supervisor. Yes, I showed up. King Devon, love to you and respect to you and congratulations. Everyone right now that's in the chat that believes in supporting other people for doing a positive, productive thing, I want you to put the hand clap emoji in the live feed for King Devon building his best life, showing up to a job, even though he was scared and nervous, and that's what my video was about, and now moving up the ladder to ensure his independence. Good job. Dar gave you the hand clap. Raiders from the Lost Ark. Hey, man. Juicy Jeff. What a buzzing streaming. Hey, guys. Huh? Showgirls. Congrats, King Devon. I agree. Good work. I agree. Showgirls. Juliano, anytime, friend. H1. Hope you're doing well, man. Well, thank you. Have a great night. Thank you for that positive comment. Same to you. Showgirls. I used to edit my vlogs. It takes days. Yeah, it's tough for me too. Juicy Jeff's got a gift. And computer music is illegal. That's true. You can only use the YouTube stuff. I just roll it. I agree. Most of my blogs are very important and we need to be immediately to help people. No, I agree. Everyone has their own gift. So I tell Juicy Jeff that because I remember he would upload videos about like living in a car or whatever when he was in Idaho. And like he would start to edit them and his editing skills were great. And a lot of people like that. So play to your strength, man. Guys or girls, listen to this advice here because this is the wisdom. In life, as much as you can, play to your strengths because your strengths are your gift. That's your advantage in life, your God-given advantage. Use it for the good, but use it. The last or the worst thing you want to do in life is not use your gift, not play to your strengths. Because then your entire life, it's like pulling a travel trailer up a mountain with a smart car. Total disaster. Lila, there's a movie going on theaters February 21st, Impractical Jokers. Well, I don't like horror movies. I think they're demonic. So hopefully that's not a horror movie. Juliano, you have a wonderful gift. Thank you. Of communication, Sam, thank you. Your communication skills are A1. I refine them. I put the work in, but it's also the grace of God, and I appreciate you, appreciate me. Easy Rider. You're the man, Sam. Well, thank you. Same to you. Showgirls. My Instagram has only made me $5. How do you make money on Instagram? I spent so many months to build it. Makes me more money. I'm not mad at that. Dar, hand clap. Good job. I wanted to give you a kiss. I got phlegm. Juicy Jeff, hand clap. Living good, hand clap. Tom, thumbs up. Manny, hand clap. Carol, hand clap. Easy Rider, hand clap. Ryan Chair, Sean, hand clap. Showgirls, I can't make an emoji. Well, we got it. Hand clap for Showgirls. Showgirls, I tried to send 2 cute things, and it said it was illegal. What? Uh-oh. Well, I'll give you a hand clap for Showgirls. All right, guys. I'm exhausted. I got to take a pee, and I thank you again for watching. I thank you to Dar and Showgirls for the tip. I thank you for everyone who took the effort to click that thumbs up button and leave a comment. Have an awesome night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and love.